Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any of our incredible coin discoveries. Today, we've got something truly exciting to talk about, something that could make you a small fortune. Yes, you guessed it, we're talking about the 1975 1-cent coin that might just be worth a jaw-dropping $197 million. You heard that right. A simple penny with a huge, mysterious history and, potentially, a mind-blowing value. So, grab a seat, grab your magnifying glass, and let's dive deep into the history and value of this incredible coin. At first glance, this may look like your typical penny, right? But wait, not all pennies are created equal, and this 1975 is one rare exception. Let's break it down. Let's start with some basics. The 1975 penny is part of the famous Lincoln Memorial series, minted in Denver, Colorado, which is the D you see on the coin. The 1970s were an interesting time for U.S. currency. The U.S. Mint was going through various transitions, and by 1975, the country was deep in the throes of economic changes. The penny itself, designed by the renowned sculptor Victor David Brenner, features Lincoln on the obverse, with his iconic memorial building on the reverse. The coin has a copper composition and was minted during the height of inflation, which makes it a fascinating part of numismatic history. Now, let's get to the mystery behind this coin that makes it so special. This is where things get interesting. You see, the 1975 penny was actually intended to be something else. Some of these coins are known to have a very unusual characteristic: they were misstruck during the minting process. Some of the coins were accidentally made, with a significant design error. Now, here's where it gets crazy. These errors were caused by the wrong size die being used during the coin's production, resulting in pennies with a double die or off-center strikes. Imagine a coin with two overlapping designs, or a coin that's not perfectly centered. That's an error coin. Coins with such errors are incredibly rare and, as any collector will tell you, rare equals valuable. A typical penny might be worth 1 cent, but if it's misstruck, it could be worth thousands of dollars, even more. So, how much is this rare 1975 coin actually worth? Well, here's the scoop. A regular 1975 penny? Not much, around its face value of just 1 cent. But when you get your hands on a rare error coin, that's where the magic happens. For instance, one of the most highly sought-after varieties is the 1975 double die penny. These coins, with a double-struck design, can fetch upwards of $1,000 to $10,000 or even more, depending on the quality and severity of the error. But the big kicker is the incredibly rare case where one of these 1975 coins could fetch a mind-blowing price, as much as $197 million. Yes, you heard that right, $197 million. Now, how could that be possible? It all comes down to a very specific series of events and mistakes made during the minting process. Some have suggested that these coins could have been involved in an extremely rare mix-up, leading to unprecedented demand in the numismatic community. If you happen to have a truly unique, one-of-a-kind misstruck penny with the right characteristics, like doubling on certain letters or other unusual traits, then it could be the kind of coin that makes collectors freak out. Now, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. The year 1975 was a transitional period in American history. The Vietnam War was winding down, the US was recovering from the 1973 oil crisis, and inflation was a real concern. In fact, 1975 was one of the years in which the US government debated whether to change the design of the penny or even eliminate it altogether. The minting of the 1975's penny was, in a way, reflective of the times, with plenty of mistakes, economic challenges, and even a looming uncertainty about the future of the coin itself. Okay, so now you're probably wondering, how can I tell if my 1975's penny is worth a small fortune? Let's break it down. Here are a few things to look for that could indicate you've got something special. Look for a double die. This is the most common and valuable error. The design will appear slightly doubled, especially on the date or lettering. Off-center strikes, if the coin looks misaligned, like the image was stamped off-center, that could indicate a rare error. Die cracks. Sometimes, the die used to strike the coin will crack, leaving tiny raised lines that could make the coin more valuable. And of course, the condition of the coin matters. The better the quality, the higher the price you can ask. Coins with minimal wear and tear are typically more valuable. So, let's say you think you found one of these rare 1975 D pennies. What's next? Well, first, you'll want to get it authenticated by a professional. There are many grading services that specialize in rare coins. They'll evaluate the coin's condition and authenticity to determine its value. Once your coin is graded, you can either sell it at a coin auction or keep it as part of your collection. Just remember, these coins can fetch huge sums of money, but it's crucial to make sure it's a legitimate error and in the right condition. So, there you have it, the story of the 1975 D penny, a coin that may seem ordinary, but could be worth millions if you're lucky enough to find the right error. Have you ever found a coin that could be worth a fortune? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow coin collectors. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Next 1995 1-cent USA coin. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications, because today we're diving into one of the most exciting and mysterious pennies out there, the 1995 1-cent coin. It's got some hidden secrets that could make it worth way more than just 1 cent. In fact, some of these pennies might be worth a staggering $190 million. You heard that right, $190 million. So, stick around, and let's explore the history and value of this fascinating coin. Trust me, you won't want to miss this one. At first glance, the 1995 1-cent coin might seem like any other penny. It has Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. It's a small, copper-plated coin, nothing too extraordinary. But when you dig deeper, you'll see that there are rare and valuable versions of this penny that could be worth a fortune. Let's start with a quick history lesson about the 1995 penny. The United States Mint produced over 8 billion pennies in 1995, which was a pretty standard year in terms of production. The coin itself is part of the famous Lincoln Memorial series, which was designed by Victor David Brenner back in 1909. On the front, you'll find Lincoln's portrait, and on the reverse, you'll see the iconic Lincoln Memorial, a classic design that has been in circulation for more than a century. Now, this penny is made of copper-plated zinc, and it has a face value of just 1 cent. Nothing too exciting, right? But here's where it gets interesting. Some of the 1995 pennies have an incredible backstory and value that will leave you speechless. Let's talk about the mystery behind the 1995 penny that could make you a millionaire. The key to its potential value lies in a specific error that occurred during production. Some of the 1995 pennies were struck with a double die, a rare and highly valuable minting error. So, what is a double die error? Well, it happens when the coin is struck more than once, causing the design to be doubled or shifted. On a regular coin, the design is stamped once, but in the case of a double die, the coin gets struck multiple times by the same die, creating a misalignment. As a result, the date and other details, like the letters on the coin, might appear blurry, doubled, or even shifted. And that's where the value comes in. These error coins are incredibly rare, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. So, if you happen to find a 1995 penny with a noticeable double die, you might just be holding a valuable piece of history. Okay, so how much could this rare 1995 double die penny actually be worth? A regular 1995 penny is worth just 1 cent, its face value. But when you factor in the rare double die error, it can be worth way more. In fact, a 1995 penny with a clear double die error can fetch anywhere from $500 to $5,000 or more, depending on its condition and the severity of the doubling. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Some of the highest quality 1995 double die pennies have been known to sell for even more, especially if they're in near-mint condition. In some cases, they've been sold at auction for upwards of $10,000 or more. But here's where things get really interesting. There are rumors and legends circulating that one particular 1995 double die penny could be worth a mind-boggling $190 million. Yes, you heard that right, $190 million. So, what's the deal with that price tag? Now, I know what you're thinking, $190 million for a penny. It sounds a little far-fetched, right? And to be fair, there's no confirmed record of a 1995 double-die penny selling for that much. But here's the catch: some collectors and numismatists believe that a very specific, high-quality 1995 double-die penny could reach that astronomical price due to its extreme rarity and the right combination of factors. It's all about scarcity, demand, and the uniqueness of the coin. In the world of numismatics, sometimes the most valuable coins are the ones that are never sold, hidden away in private collections, or sold behind closed doors at secretive auctions. And while there's no official record of a 1995 double-die penny reaching $190 million at auction, that number comes from the notion that, if one were to surface in perfect condition with a flawless double-die error, it could become one of the most valuable coins ever sold. So, how can you spot a 1995 double-die penny? You don't need a microscope to identify it, but a little attention to detail goes a long way. Here's what to look for if you think you've found one. Check the date. The most common feature of a double-die penny is the doubling of the date. Look closely at the numbers of the year 1995. If you see any kind of doubling, even if it's subtle, that could indicate an error. Examine the lettering. That Liberty and In God We Trust areas are common spots where doubling can appear. If the letters look a bit blurry or have an extra outline, you might have a double die on your hands. Look for shift errors. Sometimes, the die shift can cause the design to look off-center or misaligned. This can make the coin even more valuable. And of course, the condition matters. The better the condition, the higher the price you can expect. So, you think you found a 1995 double-die penny. What should you do next? First, don't get too excited just yet. It's important to have the coin authenticated and graded by a professional. Professional grading services, like PCGS or NGC, will assess the coin's authenticity, condition, and overall value. Once your coin is graded, you'll have a much better idea of how much it could be worth on the market. If you have a coin that's in pristine condition and shows clear signs of a double-die error, it might be time to consider selling it at an auction or through a reputable coin dealer. So, there you have it, the mysterious and valuable 1995 penny. Whether it's worth $5,000 or $190 million, you'll want to keep an eye out for those rare double-die errors. If you think you've found one, get it checked out. It could be your ticket to a coin collecting fortune. Let us know in the comments below if you've ever found a rare coin. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow coin collectors. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Next, 2005 1 cent USA coin. Today, we're diving into a coin that looks like your typical penny, but could actually be worth a mind-blowing amount of money. Yes, we're talking about the 2005 1 cent coin. You might think this penny is just worth its face value, but wait until you hear about the rare varieties and valuable errors that could make it worth an astonishing $129 million. Yes, that's not a typo, $129 million. So, grab your magnifying glass, because this is going to be an exciting ride. At first glance, the 2005 penny looks like, well, just another penny. It features the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and on the reverse, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, which had been the standard design for decades before it was replaced in 2010 by the Union Shield. But don't let this simple design fool you, there's more to this penny than meets the eye. Let's start with the basics. The 2005 penny was part of the Lincoln Memorial series, which had been circulating since 1909. This series of coins is famous for the image of Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. In 2005, the United States Mint produced billions of these pennies, just like they do every year. But unlike some years, 2005 would become significant for a few very unique reasons. The coin's composition is the familiar copper-plated zinc, and it has a face value of just 1 cent. So, you might be wondering, what could possibly make this humble penny so valuable? Well, it's not the standard 2005 pennies that are worth big money, but a few rare exceptions and minting errors that will completely change your perspective on this coin. Before we talk about the error coins that can make you a small fortune, let's talk about something that happened in 2005 that set the stage for future rarities, the Lincoln Bicentennial. In 2005, the United States Mint started the process of celebrating the 200th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, and this would lead to the release of new designs for the penny in 2009. However, the 2005 pennies themselves were part of a historic era in terms of the public's interest in Lincoln and Lincoln's legacy on American currency. While the 2005 penny itself was not a direct commemoration of Lincoln's bicentennial, the period marked the beginning of a series of changes and commemorative efforts. The 2005 penny was the last of the Lincoln Memorial pennies, which had been in use for nearly 60 years. The design would soon be replaced by more modern designs in 2009 to commemorate the life and legacy of President Lincoln. Now, here's where things get really interesting. As with most coins produced by the US Mint, not all of them are perfect. In fact, many error coins are produced every year, and some of them can be worth a fortune if you're lucky enough to find one. The 2005 1-cent coin is no exception. One of the most valuable and sought-after errors in 2005 is the off-center strike. This happens when the blank coin, or planchette, isn't properly aligned with the die during the minting process. As a result, the design on the coin is shifted to one side, creating a coin that's not fully centered. Off-center coins can range from slightly misaligned to severely off-center, and the more extreme the error, the more valuable the coin is. A regular 2005 penny with a slight off-center strike might be worth a few $100s, but if you have a 2005 penny that's severely off-center, you could be holding a coin worth thousands. In some rare cases, off-center 2005 pennies have been known to sell for $10,000 or more at auctions, depending on the size and severity of the error. And that's not all. Other errors, such as die cracks, double dies, and misstrikes can make these coins even more valuable. So now you're probably asking, what about the $129 million figure? How could a 2005 penny possibly be worth that much? Well, that's where the legend and myth come in. While there's no confirmed report of a 2005 penny selling for $129 million, some collectors and experts believe that if the right combination of factors comes together, such a coin could reach an astronomical value. Imagine a 2005 penny with a rare, severe minting error, like a double die or an extreme off-center strike, combined with perfect condition and an extremely low mintage. The rarity of this coin, coupled with its unique error, could make it one of the most valuable coins in the world. While the idea of a $129 million penny is more of a theoretical value, the possibility does exist that with the right circumstances and a highly competitive auction market, a coin of this kind could reach a staggering price. After all, in the world of rare coins, anything is possible. So, how do you know if your 2005 penny is one of those rare, valuable coins? Let's go over some key signs you can look for. Off-center strikes. Look closely at the edges of the coin. If the design appears to be misaligned or shifted to one side, that's a clear sign you might have an error coin. Double die errors. Look at the date and the lettering. If the numbers or letters appear doubled or blurry, you might have a double die coin. This is one of the most valuable errors in coin collecting. Die cracks. Sometimes, a crack in the die can cause raised lines on the coin. These can be found near the edges of the coin or in the design itself. Condition matters. Even if you have a rare error coin, the condition is just as important. Coins that are in near perfect condition, with little to no wear, are far more valuable than those that are worn down. So, you think you found a rare 2005 penny with a valuable error? What's the next step? First, you'll want to get it authenticated and graded by a professional. There are several reputable grading services out there, such as PCGS and NGC, that can evaluate the coin's condition and determine its authenticity. Once your coin is graded, you'll have a better idea of its value. If it's a high-quality error coin, you could either keep it as part of your collection or sell it through an auction or a reputable dealer. So, there you have it, the 2005 penny, a coin that may look simple at first glance, but could hold incredible value with the right error. Whether it's worth $10,000 or even a theoretical $129 million, one thing is for sure: rare coins like these can make collectors and investors alike rich if they know what to look for. Have you ever found a rare coin? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow coin collectors. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Last 1986 1-cent USA coin. Today we're diving into something incredibly exciting. We're talking about the 1986 1-cent coin, and trust me, you won't believe the shocking potential value of this coin. A coin that, at face value, is worth just 1 cent, could actually be worth $100 million. That's right, $100 million. You heard me correctly. So, stick around as we uncover the history, the mystery, and the secrets behind this rare penny. Let's jump right in. At first glance, the 1986 penny doesn't look any different from the millions of pennies in circulation each year. On the obverse, you'll find the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln, and on the reverse, the well-known Lincoln Memorial. Simple, right? It's made from copper-plated zinc, and it has a face value of just 1 cent. So, let's go over a bit of the history behind the 1986 1-cent coin. The United States Mint produced billions of pennies in 1986, making it one of the most common years for pennies. The coin design itself had been in circulation since 1909. The Lincoln Memorial Series, designed by Victor David Brenner, was the standard until 2010, when the design was changed to the Union Shield. The 1986 penny was part of this era, featuring the traditional Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. As part of the ongoing efforts to pay tribute to President Lincoln, the 1986 penny followed the same pattern as the other pennies from the 1980s, and they weren't particularly rare or valuable at the time of release. So, now that we have a basic understanding of the coin, you're probably wondering, why is this 1986 penny worth a potential $100 million? Well, it's all about the rare errors and the unique quirks that come with coin minting. Let's break down what could make a 1986 penny worth way more than face value. Like with most coins, minting errors can occur. And these errors are often what makes certain coins far more valuable than others. In fact, some of the most valuable coins in the world come from minting errors. With the 1986 penny, there are specific types of errors that can dramatically increase its value. One of the most important types of errors that can make a 1986 penny highly valuable is the double die error. This happens when the die used to stamp the coin gets misaligned, causing the design to be struck multiple times. As a result, you might see doubled lettering or numbers on the coin. Look for double dies on areas like the date or the words Liberty and In God We Trust. These areas are the most common spots for doubling, and when you spot an obvious error like this, you might be holding a rare and valuable coin in your hands. These double die pennies are incredibly sought after by collectors. Depending on the quality of the error and the overall condition of the coin, some of these rare 1986 pennies can fetch anywhere from hundreds of dollars to tens of thousands of dollars. However, the real treasure lies in some of the more extreme errors that occurred during the minting of certain 1986 pennies. Now, let's get to the heart of the mystery, the $100 million penny. It sounds crazy, right? So, what's the deal with this jaw-dropping figure? Well, there's a bit of a legend that has built up around the idea that a specific 1986 penny could be worth $100 million. The theory behind the $100 million penny is that there's a rare 1986 penny out there that combines a perfect double die error, extreme misalignment, and perhaps even a few other minting mistakes. If such a coin were to be found in perfect condition, it could potentially set a record at auction. Think about it: if you combine a high-quality error, low mintage, and perfect condition, you're looking at a penny that could fetch incredible amounts of money. While there hasn't been any documented sale for $100 million, the idea behind this price tag is based on the idea that extreme rarity could command a premium unlike any other. In the world of rare coins, we've seen some coins reach prices so high that it defies logic. For instance, rare gold coins like the 1933 Double Eagle have sold for tens of millions of dollars. So, the idea of a $100 million penny isn't as far-fetched as it might sound in the realm of high-stakes coin collecting. So, if you think you might have a valuable 1986 penny, how can you tell? Aside from the double die errors, there are a few other minting errors that can boost the value of a 1986 penny. Off-center strikes. When a penny is struck improperly, it can be shifted off-center, leaving parts of the design missing. These errors are rare and often make the coin much more valuable. Off-center coins can fetch anywhere from a few $100s to several $1,000s, depending on the extent of the shift. Die cracks. Sometimes, cracks appear in the dies that are used to mint the coins, leaving raised lines or cracks on the coin's surface. These die cracks can add unique character to a coin and increase its value. Misstrikes and planchette errors. Occasionally, the blank metal disc that gets struck to make the coin, called a planchette, might be defective or improperly sized. Misstrikes and planchette errors can create coins with unusual shapes or imperfections, which are often prized by collectors. Okay, so how do you know if your 1986 penny is valuable? Here are a few tips on what to look for. Check the date. Start by looking closely at the date. Look for doubling on the numbers. If you see any signs of doubling or blurring, you might have a valuable double die error. Inspect the lettering. Pay close attention to the word Liberty and In God We Trust. These are common spots for double die errors. The letters should be crisp and clear. If they appear blurry or doubled, that's a major red flag that you might have an error coin. Get it graded. If you think you've found a rare coin, the next step is to have it authenticated and graded by a professional. Services like PCGS or NGC can help determine if the coin is a true error and give it a grade, which will significantly impact its value. So, what should you do if you find a rare 1986 penny with an error? The best thing you can do is to get it appraised by a professional. You might want to send it to a grading service to have it evaluated. Once it's authenticated and graded, you can decide if you want to sell it. If the penny is truly rare, consider selling it through an auction, where collectors will pay top dollar for a coin like this. So, there you have it, the fascinating world of the 1986 penny. Whether you're looking for a double die error, off-center strike, or misaligned die, this coin could be hiding an unbelievable fortune. Have you ever found a rare coin in your pocket change? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends who are coin enthusiasts. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.